What's up, gamers? Welcome to the Overwatch Banana Ball presented by Monkey Bubble. We've had a pretty tough competition thus far, and we're back from a break with our losers finals. And of course, the winner is going to be heading over to the grand finals of our bracket. I'm Like Day, joined as always by Lemon Kiwi.
Hey, it's me. And yeah, we have an amazing day, a final day to conclusion to this tournament, in fact, where 2 trial spots are on the line for a chance to be competing in Contenders Europe, but also a pretty fancy prize pool. We're getting down to the wire, just to remind everyone on that. $750 for first place, $1750 for first place, $750 for second place, and then $500 for third place. And our 2 teams brawling for a chance at that prize pool and for a chance at trials will be Where's My Team versus Funny Team.
Yeah, two team-based teams. You love to see it in a team-based game. Everyone's just sticking towards those more teamwork sort of functioning monikers. And we've seen some interesting players on these teams as well. Funny Team does have the return of, I believe, the first and only Polish player to make it to the Overwatch League in Danye, who spent most of Season 2 on Paris Eternal before sort of disappearing from the Overwatch scene for a while. But as Season 4 looms on the horizon of Overwatch League, Danye's returned to relevancy on this squad.
And another person I'm excited about from Funny Team has to be Finzi. Of course, this has to be a big name in this tournament. A great prospect in the off-tank role, and has been playing in Contenders North America with the Doge at the moment. And then they face off against Where's My Team, which is just full of Saudi players who are just superstars. Yeah,
a load of players from the Middle East who have made their name around a lot of the tournaments that do happen there, as well as on ladder as well. Both KSA and Kassar on this team, just to make sure that everyone's on their toes of how they pronounce these. And Sir Majed is Majed's not on this team, actually. It's Boostia, who was on the Saudi Arabia team as their main support. And it feels like it's been a while since we've seen this much relevancy for the Middle Eastern region in Overwatch. KSA consistently impressing everyone in the Overwatch League while playing for the Vancouver Titans has been released. But if you ask me, I think that he's a shoo-in to go over to somewhere like the LA Valiant that love to scout the EU and NA regions for that sort of hidden gem talent.
And we've already seen that hidden gem talent. I mean, in Contenders Europe, we're casting Yezin right now, Saudi player who just wrecks on Faras. I'm excited to see even more players from the region representing. And you brought up Boostia. I mean, this guy got an MVP award in a Saudi regional tournament where they got 3rd place. So I'm excited to get into this match. Just a reminder of the format is 1st to 3. The better seed picking the first map, then the loser gets to pick the next maps. And we are starting on Control.
Funny Team is our highest seed, and they have selected Lijiang Tower as where we're going to be beginning. And I want to talk about someone else on this team. If we're reminiscing about performances past, Monk Mudder is someone very dear to my heart as one of the original members of a Clockwork Vendetta roster that captured minds, attentions, and sort of, in some ways, copycat teams across the world. Avoided could be said to be the current spiritual successor to what Clockwork Vendetta was, a team that everyone wanted to watch. The One Tricks of 2019 trying to take over the Contender season with a one-trick hog, the consistent Torbjorn play, and others like Mini-Me, always on the donkey horse Orisa again and again. And Monk Mudder, he sort of fulfilled a weird role in that team. I believe he started off as their Ana specialist, and then he pushed more into Zen, and then finally they ended up putting him on Widowmaker, because people started to try and play the Pharah against their team comp to outdo the Mei Torbjorn, I called it the comp of Ice and Fire, that they always ran down mid, and Monk Mudder has proved himself to be an incredibly effective hit scan.
And how important it is to be flexible as a DPS player is... I mean, this meta is always changing, and just for anyone who hasn't caught up to the patch notes, so Soldier had a huge rework of having no bullet spread really anymore, so very much more hit scan, and also there's a bit of a recoil, but it is adding to more of a consistent damage for that DPS. So when I think of Soldier, I think of Psycho. This is the DPS player on Where's My Team. I mean, we've cast a lot of him over in Contenders Europe, and how he was sort of unknown. I think, what was it, Sheer Cold he kind of first started on, and then moved on to other teams. And Psycho has been flexible on multiple heroes, but when it comes to Soldier, we even seen it in this tournament, he's the one to watch out for.
Yeah, Psycho, I think we've seen him on both Sheer Cold and Shoe's Money Crew, if I remember correctly. And Psycho always stuck out to me as someone who was never nervous about pulling out the legs. And obviously that's near and dear to my heart as leg day. I love seeing a good Soldier come over. And we are currently on, of course, the live patch where Soldier is at one of the most powerful positions we've ever been in. Not only do they have the laser accuracy without the sort of spread that the heavy pulse rifle used to suffer from, and now having sort of like an inbuilt recoil instead so that you can use some good recoil control to maximize damage on the Soldier, but they also have the buff to the Helix rockets, which came through a couple of patches ago when they were trying to make Soldier relevant, with Helix rockets only being on a 6-second cooldown. So there's a huge amount of burst available to the Soldier 76 as well, if you can put it in the right place, and it requires multiple aiming styles that can really reward the players who master the rockets.
Well, now I have to put the pressure on your shoulders, like I mean, we got Psycho versus Danye on the Echo that could be coming out. We see that a lot on hybrid maps, and then we have Monk Mudda versus Kassara on the Tracer. Who would you give your edge to on either team?
Well, Monk Mudda, I personally see them more as a flick scan aimer compared to a tracking aimer, which is usually more of a boon to a Tracer. So maybe Kassar has an edge in a Tracer versus Tracer, but Danye, you can't give away the W to Psycho when he's up against an X-Hour player, right? That's just a disrespect to T1 in some cases. And I think that Danye is going to definitely be a huge influence on how this sort of entire play rolls out, because Danye's got a very wide hero pool. He is one of these hybrid DPS who can play both the hit scan and the projectile as well. And that's going to give a load of flexibility over two funny team.
I like how there's just Where's My Team and Funny Team, and I have this browning banana on my microphone that's going to start stinking
I can smell
match.
mine a lot.
You could probably smell what my setup looks like right now, but we're ready to jump into game. The losers final between Where's My Team and Funny Team, and one team will be laughing at the end of this, and it will be Control Center that we will be rolling out on. Where, I mean, like throughout this tournament, we've seen everything from Junkrat, Symmetra, everything, but the craned up Reinhardt is what I'm most excited about.
Craned up Reinhardt. Been a while since we've seen them in EU. A glorious return home, potentially. With Fincy at the back, it's not going to be an easy tank line to burst through here. Snipe on that ball. I wonder if they will stick to it. Likely they're going to swap over, in my opinion, onto the Reinhardt, but of course they could go for a little bit of harassment in the back line. We're going to see the Symmetras. Question is, will they be kept? The rollout Symmetra, of course, nothing close to rare. We are going to be seeing a move over from both teams, from the Symmetras onto the Reaper and the Tracer. So a little bit of a difference in style here. It's going to be all about the dive on the side of Where's My Team.
Well, so far, so good. The Junkrat's so explosive at close range, and they know they have to get close to him, but with an immortality, with a Reinhardt guarding him, with people falling off the map, this is just not going to be it, and you're going to have that first cap come through. Oh,
Psycho sees that his team has lost the fight. It's like, well, I'm going to take someone down with me if I'm going to die right here, and unfortunately, Gustav is the victim of that particular effort. But now, on the defensive side, Funny Team are going to be able to lock down all of these points of ingress with a huge amount of damage from that Junkrat, and already Psycho's a victim.
Well, Where's My Team? Just looking to protect this for the moment, try and break through. You got 6 versus 4, and an easy cleanup. The second consecutive fight, and it's looking pretty good.
Kassar picks up Monk Mudda. Maybe they'll be able to make a push off the back of this, but remember that the respawn cycle for the Reaper is quite quick, and Monk Mudda's actually going to swap over now onto the Tracer. No, onto the Soldier. A little bit indecisive, but seeing that Farah come out from Psycho means that the hit scan is going to be a little bit more rewarding, even if you do get spawn count.
The flip finally comes through at 46%. The far up into the air. Psycho halfway to barrage, and especially playing that high up in the ceiling, that's when you have to start worrying about when that barrage can be coming down and what your answer will be to it. As now, you can see Where's My Team holding on to the point just a little bit longer, and how can they? They're starting to lose their frontline pressure with Snip gone, and Antigon doesn't have a shield to protect the rest, so Funny Team are able to just brute force their way into this, ward them away. As long as Monk Mudda is successful at taking down Psycho, there shouldn't be much of an issue flipping this and keeping it.
Now, Fince is going to be taking that frag for himself right there, and on the exit there, Snipe manages to take down Danye, so that's a little bit of extra pressure. They're going to release the minefield now. Monk Mudda has to sprint out of dodge. The Samba is going to keep multiple people topped up, and it's not enough to save Samajed.
So the point still in charge from Funny Team, and they're losing people left and right. I mean, Danye is their only source of damage, and Grandop is not getting the resources he needs, and with the mines locked in behind them, where's my team get this point right back? It's 78% to Funny Team, so this can go all the way.
Psycho here, where's he going to position to try and get that sneaky barrage? The element of surprise, one of your greatest tools when using the Pharah ultimate. Try and take 2 people down before you yourself get blown to bits. Speaking of blown to bits, Danya's going to send in a Riptide to try and find himself some targets.
This is more seems like a scouting tire, and you kind of hope for the best, right? But expect the worst, and he's just zoned off the entire point. He got so much information out of that. He knows the Pharah is over on coast side. He knows the team completely backed off towards the point. Issue is, Funny Team, the only person that could benefit from that long range is Monk Mutta on the soldier. He has attack visor. They have to dodge the self-destruct. It gets at the back, unaffected. The pillar there helping Funny Team as they resurrect Monk Mutta back in. But where's my team identifying that and pouncing right on in? They have the mines, they have everything, they've pressured those supports. Gustav is removed, and Sir Majed is trying to race back towards the spawn room doors, and Funny Team will be left behind.
Excellent proactive play there. They don't get to demech Fincy, so Fincy is going to keep a hold of that charge towards the mech and give over a bunch of support ultimate charge to Gustav and Samajid. It's already 50% of the way towards another one of those amplification matrices, but they've got to worry that Psycho can shut down this next push incredibly well if they can just find one way to take out Monk Mutta and Gustav quickly. Samajid needs to be quick on the trigger with this immortality field the second that Justice starts to rain.
No, he got a shatter just to bring down that ball. And hey, looks like the Diva even ate that charge, but either way, the sound bear from Reckless gave so much push. Now, where's my team? And Funny Team tried to run. They're stuck at server side. Then they C9 the point. It's 100-78 for where's my team.
Hee hee hoo hoo, Funny Team. What a good joke it would be if we just didn't touch the point. I'm laughing. Are they?
I'm crying a little bit, but...
I guess Psycho there may not have got much off a barrage except for distraction, but occasionally that's all you need if people are looking to try and shut down that Pharah. They're not thinking about those percentage points ticking away in favor of the enemy team. We move over towards even more Pharah-friendly map, but it doesn't look like Psycho is going to be picking it up in this particular case. Instead, going to be opting in to the Sombra. We talked about Danye's Echo earlier as well. Can be an effective solo... Oh, that's not the teleporter they wanted. 0% teleporter accuracy. Hard report from me.
Yeah, that's the one you keep the gift receipt for. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm re-gifting this TP.
He looked like he wanted to set something up, and Snip looked like he gave up on that, and maybe they're deciding to just rotate right towards the point. And it unlocks in 10 seconds, so they'll have to hang out a little bit, but having Lucio's, it's definitely going to give that advantage to where's my team. They can control that environmental side of the map. It's Funny Team really playing split right now. They're really not sure if they want to push mid or if they want to push coast, and where's my team are going to find them first. Already claiming Sir Majed. Gustav obviously not able to res that, tries to race back towards his team, and his removed as well. Where's my team? Pressuring those supports. No resources available for Funny Team as now they decide on maybe a different composition.
Yeah, Gustav's going to move over now on to that Lucio. Going to be a big hack target here for Psycho. And look at the delta in Sombra charges right now. Danye only did just swap over, to be fair, but Psycho's going to be ready to EMP on the entry of this next fight. That's going to shut down Funny Team in an instant.
Oh, and he's been identified. He drops a 5-minute EMP, and Danye gets deleted. And where's my team are looking for more as Funny Team now forced to engage over in the corner side. Where's my team will not let them go through, and Krandop is dangerously low. He has to back away, and he is dead. And Finzy doesn't have a mech, so where's my team will now be extending this to 42% plus.
What we're seeing right now is a straight-up dive delta. Where's my team seem to be finding their targets much more easily. Obviously, in that, it was off the back of a great EMP, but guess what? Psycho's on top of Danye's charge already. They've actually lapped them at this point. 66% to 60. Snipe's ready to put down this minefield if he sees multiple people moving in. It's going to be a huge engagement, and there are the mines.
Now, you see that pulse bomb. Kassar really wants to land that on one of the supports. It's really hard on a Moira because they could just fade out of it. And the Lucio, well, he's very speedy and don't even need the pulse bomb. Well, he still gets Gustav with it. Where's my team? Just lasering them down with the coalescence. And what they're so good at is pushing and getting just that extra kill and that extra stagger power. It's 78% plus. It's last fight coming up.
We're 2 minutes into this round, Lemon, and the only ult that's even been used for Funny Team is a coalescence from Sir Majed. They need to get something big off one of these bombs, a pulse bomb or the Diva bomb. Antigone strikes first. And it's big!
Oh my god, the 3-man! Where's my team? As soon as they saw Crandop dive in, they knew he didn't have bubble to protect the rest of the team, and they didn't even follow Crandop. A misplay. No shields, but the perfect placement of Antigon's self-destruct. They go on towards the point. EMP from Danye. It hits 5, but he doesn't have a team to work with. As one last touch maybe from Finzi and others joining late to the party. Funny team left behind. 99% of Where's My Team. They have Pulse Bomb. They have EMP. They have everything left in their pockets to finish up this Lijiang Tower, this map 1 of the losers finals, up a 1-0.
Outclassed on the dive. Funny team may be coming in as the higher seed. This may be their map choice. But Where's My Team looking absolutely unstoppable, undauntable, uncatchable in the dive economy.
And of course, that play of the game from Antigon. So what you see here is the Winston of Crandop jumping in, and he identifies that the second he jumps and drops that bubble, everyone in that corner is stuck. The only way you could have dodged that is going back towards your spawn in that building. So beautiful, beautiful just reaction timing there from Antigon on that self-destruct.
Like you said there, Antigon identified the Winston bubble. Excellent reasoning. When we interviewed Antigon before the tournament, they said they were the best Xayah in EU. To what degree that was sarcastic, I'm not entirely sure, but right now we're looking like a damn good diva for all the taste that I have. I do believe we're going to be going over to Hybrid next, and it is going to be Funny Team's choice of map, and ideally you're going to want to go somewhere where the dive isn't quite as prolific as it can be on other maps. Maybe King's Row is a little bit more towards their sort of playstyle. I wouldn't want to go to Numbani against Where's My Team after they just trounced you dive versus dive.
And you're also seeing that Where's My Team brought out the Pharah, especially on Control Center, which is very tough to execute just because most of the map has very low ceilings. And King's Row, of course, it does have unlimited ceilings, but the issue there is that it's very narrow. So I doubt that we're going to see Kassar reemerge on the Pharah, especially with how powerful Soldier is this meta, especially how good someone like Monk Motto or someone how good Psycho can be. Just Pharah is just going to be out of the question. Now on a map like King's Row, the first point is very close range. So we can see the reemergence of maybe a Crandop Reinhardt, but the issue is how are they able to lock down Hammonds? Because Snip has been a pain in their side.
Yes, Snip has been absolutely unkillable, even versus the Sombra, which is quite antithetical to the existence of the Wrecking Ball, and your coinage there of unlimited ceilings sounds like the most disappointing all-you-can-eat buffet a restaurant would ever offer, and possibly after a refurbishment. Funny Team. They seemed pretty dominant previously, except when going up against Yep Easy, our resident streamer warlords, and it's quite interesting that they were the victims of something that seemed so easy to predict from Where's My Team. They've been playing a lot of these compositions. They love the Wrecking Ball. They love having Kassar just dominate on the Tracer. Maybe not doing their homework in this case.
Well, we even heard a little bit of crap talk, in the interviews, which, I mean, that's the content we're all living for, let's be fair. I mean, that's the whole reason we want to talk to players. I mean, Where's My Team? I think it was Psycho that said he's not going to let Sir Majed leave the spawn room, and he's not going to be able to do anything, and he told him to stop camping. I think were the kind of words we heard. And then you even saw in the all chat before we jumped into map 2, Sir Majed, what's your death count? So I like that there's a bit of spice in this match, but all of these guys, pretty great friends from competing either on the ladder together or in Contenders Europe.
Yeah, a lot of familiarity between these players. We're entering into the top echelons of Tier 3 here. Couple of descendants from Tier 1 in Danye and Fincy, and of course, Monk Mudder, Gustav, and Crandop have been, well, let's just say that they've been squatting in Contenders so long that they have legal right to be there. Funny Team are going to be defending first here, and it means that Where's My Team is going to have to be moving in with some sort of element of stealth, or at least some element of obfuscation to stop Crandop from getting an easy hook onto Snip right here. They don't have the Sombra this time, so they can't shut down the mobility of the ball so well, but the chase of the Soldier with a long-range hit scan and the sprint can mean that they're going to get out alive of less situations.
And Roadhog, still being a powerful character with the damage boost and that he got in the recent patch. But at least this is a better composition for more of a medium range to longer range with Danye and the Soldier. The Roadhog's right click good at range. As where's my team? I mean, not pushed back at all. They're already able to get on the point. And Funny Team, that's when you drop Krandop with the bubble. He's now pushed away from the rest of the team. So where's my team are putting a lot of damage into him. And Krandop is doing a great job of soaking it up, but he's not getting the resources. You saw Gustav fall back for somebody that was flanking in the backline of Funny Team. So Krandop got absolutely left on his own, leaving half of Where's My Team to get 2 ticks and more. Funny Team just had a major disconnect throughout that fight.
I love how Psycho and Snip here present a no-win scenario for Krandop. You can play that Roadhog to try and catch the Wrecking Ball, but that Roadhog is going to be hard farmed by the Echo. You can see that Psycho is outpacing the Pulse Bomb on this duplicate, which is Frank. Oh my god, that was a nasty little damage boost. You should feel ashamed.
I was waiting for Psycho to just stop moving and start typing already. Like, this is the guy that wanted to bring this fight and nothing nice. Psycho even copies a Tracer, one of his signature heroes, and gives himself another life. Both of them are harassing Funny Team, and they are just consistently eliminated. Where's my team? I've barely seen them drop at all.
Well, we all fondly remember the double Tracer metas of 2015. They're coming back to you courtesy of Where's My Team. And guess what? Kassar still doesn't even have a Pulse Bomb. That's because Psycho has been taking every single morsel of damage that has been available right now, and a good pace is being set. They've got through the archway for free. They're midway through the Streets phase, and Funny Team have just about got their first round of ults up. And they're already
dead.
And
he had such a good pounce there from Snip. He got right onto Surmajet and then got him low enough that Psycho can just execute. All the pins are being lined up for a guy like Psycho, and what the most perfect character to capitalize and finish off these kills, as Krandop is forced to play the solo hog, and it's really not his fault that he's getting nailed down. I mean, Hammond is not designed to be really playing with the rest of the team. It's more to set things up by bowling them into someone like Krandop. So the tank line is really suffering for Funny Team.
What is happening to Funny Team right now? Asleep at the wheel at this case. Sir Marjed picked off early again. Kassar going to be looking for a stick to try and open it the same way. They'll deliver it to a soldier instead, and Danya almost sprints that into Gustav, trying to look for a res here, but it's covered up by Snip.
And Kassar gets down to 27 HP, but what he's so good is he keep himself in blink distance of getting inside a building with a health pack. Self-destruct is just zoning Funny Team in that back left corner. Where's my team pushing towards the end, and they have almost 5 minutes on the board. Funny Team, they need to put a dent in this time bank. They need to put a dent in this defense. They need to win just one single fight. They're getting bioed in their own spawn. Darty is attack visor with 2 HP. And you're having Krandop who has the whole hog in their own spawn, but it's only 4 meters away. And Finzi was forced to go out the other doorway just to contest, but he gives his team a chance to fight one last time, and the attack visor finally had an impact. Danye with the double kill. Where's my team are sent away.
3 minutes and 20 seconds into the map. Where's my team? Seems like they just got their first kill and their first fight win as well. Funny Team, that is, managing to bring it back on the defense. Still, they have to hold on for 4 minutes and 30 seconds longer. They need to win every single fight from here on out because there's no more margin for error at this point. Where's my team are going to come in loaded as well.
So we have at least some nanos given over, and it's Krandop, and playing against an Ana is just so difficult. You don't have any shields, and unless you kill her first, she's gonna bio and kill you. Now Psycho can go ham. He copied his soldier, he's got the attack visor, and he's lasering down anybody because Funny Team don't have a shield. They have no protection in this part of King's Row, and they can't do anything on this map. It's a 4-minute time bank locked in for Where's My Team.
Funny Team, the adjustments. Have they gone too much towards countering Snip and left the rest of Where's My Team to free farm? That was really strange. Now we know that the clock sound in Overwatch is fake. We heard the clock sound, yet the timer did not move. 4 minutes still remain for Where's My Team. It's as if it never happened at all. They just got 3 points out of thin air. Funny Team now are going to have 4 minutes to attack A, and they have to get their heads around where my team is playing.
It's so tough because Snip is doing so much space building for Where's My Team, and he's not the type of Hammond that's more like Harblue that's using his mobility to push people around. Snip is just pouncing up, especially on someone like Surmajed, which I'm surprised is not able to do more, have a sleep, have a bio just for the Hammond. And the Ana and the Roadhog of Krandop they're not working in perfect unison to both commit their cooldowns to just stop Snip KW. I mean, there's no There's no way to lock him down, or at least there's a good disconnect there, so he's able to escape, and that's exactly what Hammond is designed for. And they're being pushed back consistently from Where's My Team. Their tank line, that Funny team, just have nothing to work with. That's why they got pushed towards their spawn room doors at the end of C.
All right, it's not over yet. Funny team still with a chance here to try and bring back King's Row. Once again, their map pick, as was the last one. Seems like Where's My Team is more than prepared for any map that Funny could throw at them. Snip's going to make a quick disengagement right here. And the question is, what angle is a Funny team going to try and exploit to try and maybe put Where's My Team into a less than desirable location? You can see that right now, Reckless is playing from that upper window, and they will be potentially easy to stick, but Monk Mudder is going to have their path to the Anno waylaid by the tank line.
And Monk Mudder, yeah, he's just hunting for Sir Majed, and he thought he had enough time to go for the execute, but as soon as the Pocket of the Mercy came in, that's just not a kill he can really safely go for. So Funny team still getting the kills, able to maybe get back on this point. They got a first take. Where's My Team? Just healing up their backline, getting ready for one last push. They can give up 2 ticks. They can re-engage one last time, but they are a little bit indecisive, so at this point, they look like they're just setting up for Archway.
Yeah, love to fight another day in this case. Monk Marder gets the hack onto the Diva, but likely was looking for Snips instead. Antagon not scared at all. She just continued brawling out, and Monk Marder's going to have to get out of there quick, fast like.
So, his Funny team getting close to that EMP. Where's My Team? I mean, giving up the point kind of sucks, but at least you can promise yourself an even better fight over in this archway instead of the corner. At least you have some cover from these bios, and I mean, Reckless has been insane with it. He's really hitting Funny team. Ana will be giving that nano over to Danye, and he's jumping into that backline. They go right after Reckless. Boostio's so far up in the air with Valkyries, providing some resource for this defense, and with the pulse bomb into Sir Majed, you really shut down this team of Funny team, especially with Monk Mudder dying with EMP. This is just not a fight the attack can win.
That's going to be terrible. Danye loses the transform off the back of that as well. Excellent sleep there from Reckless. Using that duplicate, thinking that it was time to clutch up, Kassar tried to bring it back the other way and managed to kill multiple members of Funny Team, and now they're still stuck in this area, Lemon. This was absolutely free real estate when Where's My Team were attacking. Funny Team were wiped so prolifically on first, they never even got to look at the archway.
But at least Monk Mudder has a chance at another EMP, and he has to scout that left side. He sees Antigon there, and he's saying, like, hey, I'm trying to hack this guy. Let's deal with Antigon. He's out of position. He's away from the rest of the team. He has a self-destruct, so he can play a little bit crazy like that, but Psycho's going to add another tank to the fray for Where's My Team. There's the 4-man EMP from the attack, but they're already pushed away from Archway. Monk Mudder is left in the middle of 6 people by himself, and Crandov did everything he could to protect him. But Funny Team, their supports pressured again, and they just left Archway with an EMP that set them up, and they couldn't do anything with it.
EMP and Minefield were used, however, not in conjunction. Crandop and Monk Mudder both having different ideas about how that engagement was going to go down. Where's My Team? Still keeping this locked down, sending the self-destruct.
Oh no. And yet the pounce also from Snip that just limited the mobility, so they couldn't even escape, and Fizzy thought he could get a flashy play, maybe add bait that once Where's My Team were pushing out, the self-destruct would get more. He gets one, but Funny Team have closer respawns. They can get back on this. This is a good choice of going to the Tracer. There's just not a lot of room for a Sombra to work with, so Funny Team have the copy of Danye. He can at least have another life, but with Fenzi not having mech, you got the Ana that's dodging pulse bombs. A Funny Team are holding their ground, but they gotta deal with Kassar.
Kassar right now squeaky clean on the Tracer. No risks really being taken at this point. It's all safe, it's all clean, it's all methodical and mechanical. Antagon's going to lose their mech back here because with Kassar in the back, there wasn't so much pressure. Space could be claimed more easily by Funny Team, where they may finally break through this archway, but they've taken their time with it, Lemon.
It just took forever, and with Funny Team having closer respawns, it just made sense that over time the battle of attrition would go their way, and at least with such a narrow, like I said, a narrow part of King's Row, the Sombra didn't work, and this was the adjustment that he had to do to lock down someone like Kassar. But the issue is you have a nano fight coming up for the defense. They usually give it over to the Echo, especially if there's not a Roadhog in play, or even to the Hammond, depending on his positioning. But Where's My Team managed to already remove Gustav. Sir Majed is 1 HP. Like, Funny Team are really not peeling for their supports. That or maybe just the Ana is not going to be the pick for a team as aggressive as Where's My Team.
Yeah, it feels like Funny Team supports are permanently trapped in the spawn right now. We're going to try and open this up with the Echo self-destruct. Doesn't claim any lives right now, but has at least some people away and given the space back to Where's My Team. The worst case scenario here, Lemon, is that they retake control of this archway. Remember, it took them about 3 minutes to get through there last time on the side of Funny Team. If they're caught in that situation again, things are going to go from bad to worse incredibly quickly.
It's starting already to get to the bad part, at least, because, I mean, your time bank is just going to be that much smaller in comparison to the 4 minutes, if you even finish the map. At this point, it's such a big struggle. They won the fight, and they got, what, like 10 meters out of it? Usually, you should be positioned your card all the way towards the end of point B when you're winning halfway through, but he runs into a mine, and Anti-God gets the 3K once again, making a montage in our Banana Brawl, as Where's My Team back on the cart, but not able to move forward with the mines in their way, but Funny Team running out of chances.
Oh my goodness. Back in the day, we used to call those Poco Bombs. After the consistency we've seen across 2 maps, they're going to start to become Anti-Bombs. Absolutely magnificent performance right here on the Diva, and Kassar still playing the warding Tracer right here, making sure that no one can take those off angles for free, and they're still stuck in the archway. I've got a terrible feeling of deja vu, and Kassar's about to deliver one in the form of a pulse bomb as well as they look towards all of these supports.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I want to see from Funny Team. So they're able to lock down the Hammond, deal with the rest of the fight, and then once the sleep wears off, they'll go after Snip. He's like 1 HP. He's gonna be, traveling a while until he gets that healing. But Danye also doing a better job of getting into that backline to start pressuring the supports of Where's My Team, because the resource balance was heavily in favor of the defense, as Where's My Team inching towards the end of point B with 8 seconds left. This is the last fight coming up.
Monkmurder forced out for recall. 8 seconds are going to remain on that, and has to avoid these mines coming in courtesy of Snip, who has been slept, but remember, they aren't really going to have the power to deal with that right now. They've got to stay on the cart on the defense here of Where's My Team. Are they even going to be able to get on there? With a mercy, they will.
The supports from Funny Team are dead again. I mean, Kranov is playing so far forward. He's trying to make the same space. He's trying to do the same thing that Snip is doing to his team, but Funny Team without healing. Surely there's nothing that can be done unless Danye keeps going ham. He's already got 2 kills. He's looking for more. This damage is setting in, and Danye was trying to finish off those kills. A Monkmutta will try and live as long as he can, especially with Kranov displacing Where's My Team. It's 2 versus 3 favoring the defense, so this is still winnable for the attack, but it's such a long way to go for the attacking spawns. But a few more meters, we're snuck through, and Funny Team can still play.
Oh, they can indeed, but they've got to cap this in the next 1 minute and about 10 seconds if they want to get another attack limit. They can't cap this in overtime. Despite what you may think, Where's My Team have actually attacked prior to this. Their time bank just hasn't moved because it's exactly 4 minutes that are left in there. Monkmurder, for now, trying to ward away Kassar. No one going to be picked up by the anti-bomb this time.
So at least Funny Team supports are safe for now. The Nano given to Danye. He's trying to remove the mag of Antigon. Is successful with it, as Psycho was trying to protect his team. Go on forward, and Snip thought it was time to go, and he's disconnected from the team. So Where's My Team are now missing half of them. And Funny Team, well, I don't know, I'm saying team quite a bit. As they're back on the payload. There's a lot of teams here, but what's most important is there's a team on the cart, and they're inching towards the end of C.
Yeah, but that same team is running out of time, Lemon. 30 seconds remain. The cart is closing in on the objective, but Where's My Team? If they can just stall out, they are going to guarantee themselves at least a draw right here. Samajad is down. That's going to need to be erased. You can't do this under-healed, but it's already a warding away. You can't get through the minefield. And Monkbard is dead as well. Picks up a mine to the face, and this is going to have to be overtime or nothing at all.
God. Kassar is so disgusting. He just snuck behind somebody and just immediately gunned down Gustav. I mean, there's nowhere that guy could even fly to. Funny Team struggling to have point presence to keep the real estate. It's not about getting the space. It's about keeping it. Where's My Team plays so well behind their Hammond that Where's My Team 2 maps in a row go to series point.
Funny Team not laughing right now. The joke is over. Where's My Team sitting on match point in our losers finals to go to the grand, secure that spot in contenders trials, and a faction can change as well here at the Overwatch Banana Brawl presented by Monkey Bubble. Here's Psycho, one of a few breakthrough plays. Well, one of a few breakthrough plays we've seen on the Tracers outside of Kassar. It really felt like Kassar had that advantage in the Kassar Monk Martyr sort of hit scan duel. And we have seen quite a few prolific echoes as well, but Psycho right now seems to be winning out that duel against Danye. Where's my team are looking superior on almost every single role right now.
I think the biggest contrast that I at least observe in that map was a big tank diff. Like there was a big tank diff between the Hammonds of, like I've said Snip's name so many times, of the way he just consistently is on top of Sir Majed, and the fact that they just always make sure that they go right after Gustav, who's probably hanging around just to see, is the Hammond going to leave after he kills Sir Majed? Can I go for that res? And they deny it every single time. I don't think I've seen really a single Gustav res unless they had won the fight, which was I think a total of maybe 2 times that entire King's Row map. So I think where's my team, or funny team I should say, have to just give up this Hammond, give up the Roadhog, especially against an Ana. It is so hard to play by yourself as a Roadhog against an Ana. The only way that even works to play Roadhog against Ana is if you have a Sigma that's going to be playing alongside you to try and have more protection for your Roadhog, because Crandop on the Roadhog is left on his own, and the Hammond is surely not doing anything.
Well, funny team, hopefully they've listened to the Lemon Kiwi tactical briefing, because they do have a half-time now to try and figure out how to turn this series around. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, and when we return, we're going to see a funny team can try and grab themselves a map.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Monkey Bubble Banana Brawl. It's Lemon Kiwi, it's leg day. We're bringing you possibly the final nail in the coffin for Funny Team. Where's my team? Up 2-0. As we say, Funny Team, where's my team? But we want to give a special shout out to TeamSpeak. So if you think we sound glossy, which I mean, leg day's voice is the glossy one, well, it's all thanks to TeamSpeak.
Yeah, that transmission of audio is absolutely top notch, and we trust it as casting professionals. So what more could you want from your voice service? Funny Team, though, not going to be laughing as much as I am when I'm talking with my mates on TeamSpeak, as the joke is over. They have no more room for error. They are up against the wall 2-0 to Where's My Team, and I imagine coming into this, I may have expected a little bit of an easier run. Where's My Team? The lower seed for this particular match. Funny Team only just losing out to Yep Easy in our winners bracket finals, and Crowned Up on Fincy, they've got to be holding this consistent front line. They're getting passed by for free, Lemon. It's like a toll booth that you just crash through the barrier. They're trying to exact some sort of payment, but they're just going, no, we're gonna go kill Sir Marjed. Don't mind us. Like, yeah, they're a paper tank line right now.
Yeah, we already even spoke about, like, before, after BAP 2, just about the main tank diff, or just a tank line diff in general. And it's, I think, more about the hero composition, because we know how talented these players are. We saw a lot of different iterations for Funny Team from, we saw Sigma, Hog, Zarya, Hammond, everything. But they haven't really nailed down the thing that has worked the best for them. And at this point, instead of trying to mirror this dive style, I think they got to stick to maybe a counter Hammond style. And now they have a more open map like Junkertown that was chosen by Funny Team. You can bring back the Sombra, especially to hack someone like Snip, because I haven't seen a lot of sleeps from Sir Majed. I've only seen one that got, Snip removed from the fight long enough for it to have an impact. So they need just more Hammond lockdown if they want to deal with someone like Snip. So maybe going back to a Rhine, or if you want to take more advantage of the space on Junkertown, you can go to the dive. But I feel like the dive, Where's My Team are just that much better.
Yeah, they are outclassing in that. However, when I look at the personnel on Funny Team, Lemon, and we go to Junkertown, I don't think any discussion of strategy would be complete without thinking about the capacity for double snipers. Monk Murder made his professional name in some cases on sniper characters, be it Ana or Widowmaker, and Danye is known to have a pretty good Hanzo, but like we talked about, are those characters going to be viable when Snips is getting on top of you for free? Like, one of the greatest things about Wrecking Ball as an anti-sniper character is that when he goes into a ball form, there's no headshot hitbox. You can't get that bonus damage. And it means that the second that he tries to disengage, you're stuck with a limited amount of output from your DPS, because they're no longer able to do that. Funny Team, though, will still opt for the double sniper. The geography of this map just too tempting to give it away. What we need to see here is stealth pathing from Snip if he decides to play on that ball again. But right now, not hovering in spawn. I lie. Why am I talking about what they're playing in attacking spawn? Caster error number 1 being shown here by Leg Day.
Well, Funny Team are bringing out a composition that makes sense on this map, but does it make sense against their opponent? I mean, they're dealing with a Hammond that has way too large of a presence in your backline, and this is their only real shutdown is now Sir Majed on the Ana, but I like that they're bringing back the Sigma, so the accretion is some level of CC, depending, having more CC if you're further away, but what Hammond can do is he can cover a lot of ground really quickly, so as soon as they see Snip in that backline, they gotta protect Sir Majed. He cannot be the first one to die.
Crandall, question is he going to play aggressively on this ball? It's been a little bit, hate to say it, but useless so far in that particular duel. They are doing a lot of damage thus far, though. They're currently double the charge that Snip has available. Where's My Team? They're relying on Kassar here to win out that Widow duel. And remember, with these balls, a lot of scouting is going to be done for these snipers in advance. Reckless falls down to Monk Murder, and that's an advantage to Funny Team.
I'm even surprised that Reckless is the first to fall throughout this entire fight. I mean, you should have your butt covered. You're inside of a building with a health pack. You have a Sigma that doesn't have much area to cover. So, still Monk Mudda doing a good job of getting that first shot in, getting the edge over Kassar. As Where's My Team now? bringing out the Tracer to see if they can get in that back line.
Okay, so check this out. Where's my team? A lot more proactive at dealing with counters than it seems like Funny Team have been in the past. They realize that this isn't going to work out. They move towards a full dive setup with an Ana in the back. Snip is going to be reporting this location so that the squishy members can try and avoid them. And now he's going to be on top of this Hanzo and the Mercy. Good sleep already, but a huge eat on the nade.
There wasn't a full team commit. Well, finally there is. They were kind of worried. They were kind of split into putting damage into Antigone and into Snip. And Antigone is going to have his max, so there's no tank line for Where's My Team whatsoever. And having some progress on the card is fine, but I mean, this fight is gone unless Kassar just drops 3 kills and equalizes. But Big Bio is going to injure those supports. So Kassar, he tried to sneak into the back, shut down by Finzi, who was doing such a good job of peeling. So Where's My Team? Half their time bank on, are resetting.
Seemed like Kassar there was informed that they were going to go around the back and try and run the same path that the tanks did. But without vertical mobility, that takes the Tracer so long. And it meant that Snip and Antigone, they went in a little bit too early. Kassar was still making the commute. He was still on the train. He was still stamping his bus ticket when they finally got their way onto the Ana. A miss on the accretion is going to allow Snip into the backline vaguely free. And Finzi can lock down any dive onto a single location with that gravitic flux if they so desire. Nice locomotion here from Kassar. We'll put them into the back. But remember, Lemon, time's ticking.
Yeah, Funny Team, their snipers are just stuck all the way at the back of point A, and where the cart is, Where's My Team are really stuck, and at least having the heroes to be dueling this at close range. I'm really looking at the tanks. They gave up on the snipers, so it means the Sombra and the Tracer have to close that distance. Psycho's gonna have an edge. He could be invisible, so he can, sniff on Monk Mudda, and he wouldn't even know. And Kassar has the speed to also close that gap. He is sniffing, and he's looking to hack him and execute. He's waiting for the team to get in place as Antigone eats the dragon from Danye. So Where's My Team? Well, they haven't dealt with Monk Mudda yet. He was able to find a headshot into Reckless. A lot less healings available for Where's My Team as the EMP hits most of Funny Team. But they still had all the space to work with. They were pressured, but Monk Mudda still hits those shots. He executed 2 before he was rezzed back in. And Where's My Team, even though they used an EMP, they still lost the fight.
Yeah, speaking of that EMP, no stamp of approval from me on that one. I think Psycho getting a little bit excited about the potential of catching multiple people with that EMP, rather than thinking about how it could be followed up by the remainder of the team. Remember that Sombra's got very limited DPS, especially at a longer range. Reckless has got already good to go for Nano Boost. Where will it be placed though? Maybe onto Antigone, maybe onto Snip, but Snip has been discovered, avoids the CC right here, and Fincy's going to be in deep trouble here being hacked.
Oh, such a good hack there from Psycho when Snip was ready to follow up, and the Ana of Sir Majed is exposed. But Danye was behind him, and I think he heard him. He's trying to back that truck up, but the self-destruct. Gustav is trying to fly to somebody. They got protected by the pillar, but nobody really helped Gustav there. But Where's My Team? I mean, they had a 5-minute time bank in King's Row, and this is shortened down to overtime on Junkertown. So Funny Team are happy with this, and this is maybe winnable. They have taken out Antigone. Reckless was forced to use the nano for the extra firepower on this card one last time. Funny Team are buying team for maybe one last fight for Funny Team to get back in. The sound barrier is forced. It gets only a Hammond on the cart, and Where's My Team are going to wish they had that back.
When you think that Where's My Team may have reached the end of their rope, is Antibomb coming in again. Excellent placement of his Diva self-destructs again and again and again. Funny Team. Oh, the Torbjorn. Monk Mudda channeling his inner engineer. We love to see the influence of the former comrades on Clockwork Vendetta really weighing upon this guy. Danya's going to go over to the Laser 76. Soldier, now with that increased accuracy, can do a huge amount of damage to both the Diva and the Wrecking Ball.
So, Where's My Team go? Moira? I feel like the Ana was working out so well for them, especially now that Finzy's on the Roadhog. We could see Reckless maybe go back on the Ana, and they're gonna need something to deal with Finzy. And he looks for a hook, executes. Reckless couldn't fade out of that. Bustio's the only healer for Where's My Team, and now you're seeing a commit from Snip. Antigone is not sure what to do. He wants to help out his Hammond, but it's starting to fall back, especially with their healers only getting back now. Where's My Team don't have the resources, and there is the Ana swap we were looking for. Funny Team expended the nano boost throughout that fight, and they can slow things down a little bit.
I think Fincy there may have got Cello EMP'd. Gets given the nano, courtesy of Samajed. I am the one who frags now. Cactus out the assailants. Destroys them in quick measure. Friend up here going to try and chase out their counterpart, but already a nice bardic grenade could leave Fincy a bit of a victim. Oh no! Oh, that's a missed heal there from Gustav for lack of mercy accuracy, pulling away the Roadhog.
Yeah, I think it's maybe snipped because he's on top of Sir Mash's forehead. I'm not really sure. He's trying to hide. The self-destruct from Antigone is going to make sure he doesn't emerge, but he is back. Supports. Gustav was able to get that res also on Fincy, so they were back at full force. And where's my team try to capitalize on the opportunity of the supports being exposed? And where's my team at least gaining some real estate? Fincy is on the flank. He gets slept. Reckless has his name in the book. There's the pulse bomb that misses, but the bio still finishes him off. So where's my team can gain some ground on this?
No, that miss was definitely intentional. We didn't want to wake up the Roadhog, so they couldn't get the 50% damage reduction from taking a breather. Huge plays there from Kassar, combined with Reckless's sleep dart. Darnier placed himself in the path of the cart, but he is going to be stuck multiple times. Activating the tactical visor, that's a lot of targets in his way, but one of them is Nano.
Oh, the Nano, just in time, and just that a little bit of healing. That damage mitigation is allowing Psycho to go off one last time. A few more seconds, though. Overtime, they should be able to get this as Krandop and Finzy. He has the whole hog. He has the Nano. He's making a lot of space. He's getting them weak enough that maybe actually Krandop can finish off these kills. And even with the Molten Core of Monkmoda, this became a lot more winnable for Funny Team. But with these healers not being present, maybe just getting back now, Danye sent back to the Shadow Round just as quick as he joined back the fight. It got a little closer for Funny Team to make that winnable, but where's my team? With one or two members left, we'll push through to point B.
I gotta pull some question marks over Fincy's performance there on point B. It's not the one playing a Tracer, but you get a funny feeling of deja vu when you keep peeking that same window against Vienna, and you get fragged out twice off the back of it. That's a nice hook. Good start here. So Majed is going to be the one who confirms that frag. And Kassar, look at that. This is an absolute fiesta of ult charge for them. Looking at that large hitbox with the Discord Orb as well as a Tracer's Dream.
And where's my team? They went towards the Ana, now they have the Mercies in, so knowing that, the range damage is going to be more important than have a direct kryptonite to someone like Fincy. He hasn't been having that much of an impact that they feel they need to directly counter him. As Fincy's on the high ground, you might have to reconsider that because he's hooking Kassar, and Kassar should really be dueling a Roadhog. Shouldn't be your primary target, but maybe with Fincy out of position, they think with the focus fire they can remove him, but where's my team? 23 seconds left. It's their last chance.
Oh, Krandop's in very deep here. Will lose line of sight on the Ana, but Gustav's there to keep him alive for now. Krandop's going to get back up to full, give over a lot of ult charge, but here comes the anti-bomb. Is anyone going to be caught by it? Not this time.
8 seconds. Where's my team? Have had a dominant performance in this series, but they are finally proving that they are human. They are beatable. As Funny Team with the Nano supports under fire. Kassar is chasing them down, but you have the attack visor right in the open field. As Antigone is going to dive that, he's got the Matrix. He at least is able to mitigate a lot of that value as the Transcendence from Reckless was forced. This is to keep Psycho up. The tanks reinforced. Where's my team? Are back on the cart one last time, but Funny Team are running out of DPS. They don't have Monkmoda, they don't have Finzy. Gustav has enough space to go for the Resurrect. He chooses Monkmoda. As Finzy already respawned, he's going to be really important for the sustain on this cart. Where's my team? With barely any ultimates except the Valkyrie.
Nice melee there from Kassar. I'm going to put Snips to sleep. Oh, what a flick. I didn't even know that was possible on the Tracer. Gustav dies midway through a Valkyrie. Vincy's turned into bacon. The turret's going to go down too, just for extra measure. Looking for a stick? Why don't you, Kassar? Looking for people to come in and contest the cart. It's on to the Wrecking Ball. Takes him out in short work. But where's my team have the personnel to bring this one forward? Samaja takes out Kassar with a melee as well.
It's the defense were able to take back this fight, and a huge factor is that respawn advantage that they do have. It got towards a 2 versus 2 scenario. Sir Majed, he was under fire and he was able to peel for himself and even bend the knees to assert that dominance. That should have been where's my team's fight. But the respawn advantage, once that fight enters the longer and later stages, a Funny Team had the advantage, and all they had to do was wait.
Oh, bending the knees like Jon Snow on a Season 8 character arc.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we shall never speak of it again. Remove it from your mind, this chat. What you need to think about right now is how Funny Team are going to complete the win condition that has been set out before them. Where's my team? By no means are they in a terrible situation here. They've still got pretty far on Junkertown, and they can try and lock this down fairly easily. If Funny Team try and attack this with the double sniper, Where's My Team could actually hold it rather close with this dive-centric composition and remove either Monk Murder or Danye before anyone can even have a chance to move. And when you get rid of one of those snipers, you decrease the capacity that Funny Team has to generate a crossfire. And the crossfire is so important against this dive lemon, because otherwise they can just hide and then attack.
To the double sniper offense, but not a double sniper defense. I mean, the defense has so much more area to work with that, you know, it's so popular, but maybe knowing that a Hammond's going to be coming out, they think that they really can't peel for each other. So, hey, let's bring out the Sombra Tracer dive. Let's see if we can go after Sirmajed. Let's bend the knees back on his body. And... well, Funny Team are looking for this setup, and they see absolutely no one. They had a Sonic Girl in the back building, so they know they're playing all the way back.
But now they know there's a trap laid somewhere for them. Reckless is going to catch a body shot, courtesy of Monk Murder, and Danye thinks that, hey, if they're going to be the groundlings, then I will fight from the sky. Antigon's going to be one of the main people they have to worry about, but with the pocket of the Mercy, an aerial dive from a diva likely won't be too much of an issue. You can see Psycho right now on the bridge has that bonus to the height, which means they can look for a hack, and there it is. They're going to send Danye to the ground, and he's going to be staying there, courtesy of Snip.
Little hook in, Antigon able to matrix some of it. He's able to fly away, and yeah, I think this compositional change for the offense was so good. They knew that, well, let's not try and play a sniper duel against a dive like that, especially a Sombra Tracer. I mean, that's just gonna ruin snipers, and what a better pick than Danye on the Pharah. I mean, there is some hit scan of the Tracer Sombra, but not the best at longer range, especially if Danye stays up in the sky, and those direct rockets with squishy characters, it's gonna do a lot of work, and Danye can just be free above this cart, but you gotta still see a cart presence from the rest of Funny Team, and I'm really expecting Finzi and especially Crandop to work together to at least capitalize on those kills, but at least so far it's Danye just playing by himself.
Okay, Danye getting a nice couple directs there. Antigon's going to try and make the dive into the airborne Pharah. They're not quite able to secure that frag, and for now they are just able to stall out that cart for a while longer. Kasar's going to find himself in enemy territory, but with access to a health pack, you can camp out for a while.
At least inching forward towards the end of point A. Psycho getting in position for an EMP, calls where and who is where. But Where's My Team starting to coalesce. It's kind of by himself. This is the reinforced Snip as Finzi goes for a hook, able to fade away. Reckless is 1 HP, and he gets hit by the barrage. Danya with the double kill. Matrix goes for more. Funny Team even managed to get the resurrect on Mukmuda. So Funny Team are at full force. They get point A, and they just have a way bigger time bank than Where's My Team had on point A.
The nano barrage, incredibly deadly. Just a quick flip towards Snip. Cut him asunder with a million rockets. Danye going to have a lot of scouting potential here as well. This is actually quite a good area for Pharah. There's a fair amount of vertical cover as Danye's playing on right now. Psycho wants to take the duel to the air. Dogfighting Top Guns are going to be the name of the game right here, and Psycho's already been given a little bit of attention courtesy of Crandop.
Just pressuring in, and then you can see that Crandop also has mines, so he can lock that at the back. So Where's My Team have nowhere to escape, but what is the answer to Danya? He's found the composition, he's found the hero that is the kryptonite of Where's My Team. But he is playing on the low ground, he's 60 HP, and he's not really near Gustav, and Gustav's, well, I looked like he was positioned for a res there. I was not sure what that was. Where's My Team have completely cleared this car, and Crandop, I don't think, got the memo that everyone is dead. So yeah, he's realizing this now and leaving.
Going for the 4v1. Could have maybe got a pick there onto the Mercy. You can see that Monk Murder right now on the high ground could get a hack here onto Psycho. Might have been discovered. Looks like they are going to be throwing out a load of random spam towards his general location. Still, the cart will move forward. Lemon Fincy's ready to go with a whole hog. With Boostio going down, this could be the advantage a Funny Team need to cap point B.
Still waiting for these mines, and I think once the fight goes towards the very end, it's hard. Finzi is now taking a lot of damage, and Donnie couldn't help him. He was bioed. Funny Team gave up a lot of space, but I like this re-engage, especially at range. Donnie finishes off anti-gun. So Where's My Team? Push towards the very end. You even have the mines if Snip wants to get behind them, but I think they will just give up point B. Funny Team will advance towards point C with almost 4 minutes.
Funny Team finally looking back alive in this series. Those 4 minutes to cover 97.19 meters is more than enough It translates to about 2 or 3 fights, depending on how cleanly the opponent can take them. Fincy for now is going to be knocked back. Looking for this whole hog, it's very good at shutting down main tanks. A hacked Mercy, not the ideal target though, and the evasion's good enough. Antigone manages to continually get these blockages with the defense matrix, and when necessary, with their body as well.
Yeah, Where's My Team were so good at peeling for someone like Boostio, and it really was Antigone, and that's exactly what D.Va plays in this meta, is able to disengage and go back in on a whole hog. There was mines that closed the doorway, but the self-destruct was right in his face, and he couldn't get away from it. And, well, it even claimed Danye, who actually has, you know, running shoes on to be able to hopefully run away from that. But Funny Team, one last fight. Come on, you gotta keep on pushing. You cannot be stuck at this choke point.
Things you don't want to see when you turn a corner right there. Hard note from Fincy. Kassar gets hacked, and Danye's more than happy to supply an execution to that with a headshot from the soldier. Crandop going in would be a victim of this focusing beam with the damage boost. It's more than enough to take care of a wayward wrecking ball. Snip, on the other hand, also taken down, and maybe you can get the room for a res right here. Gustav's going to be going in for it. Danye delivers the bombs.
It was the stickies of Psycho, and he's looking for more as everyone gets low. Psycho is there to finish off those kills. Where's My Team? Just hugging each other at this point, and I don't mean by friendship-wise or by any means of love or in a romantic way. I'm talking about this fight. They're just all beside each other. That Monk Buddha is having a hard time getting hacks. You had Daniel at some point on the Tracer or whatever going after someone like Reckless. It's just not going to happen. They're all glued to each other. They can't divide them, and they can't conquer them.
Fincy's a band of a pig, wanting instead for the great appealing power afforded to the D.Va with a defense matrix, seeing what Antigone's getting done, and maybe a pang of jealousy right there. Already, a big engagement coming through, but they are going to be caught by the EMP. That's 4 people, Lemon, and Kassar's going to fall down. Huge anti, though!
And Finzy and Danya are playing to the right side. The rest of the team are to the left. Funny Team are completely split, and this is what I mean by divide and conquer. Where's My Team identifying the most important targets? So going after Antigone, making sure that mech is removed. Snip can't really do anything if the team isn't ready, so he'll be lost on his own if you deal with the rest of Where's My Team. As the self-destruct, questionable, but either way, we're seeing a lot of momentum loss from Funny Team.
Second need to use it anyway. They were the Echo copy. Crandop is going to be taken out in a duel with Snip right there. Not sure what was happening. Some kind of tank duel while everyone else was away. I feel like Crandop's timing on the ball has been leaving much to be desired compared to Snip, who's always at the same place as Antigone and Kassar when it comes to these triumvirates of diving attackers.
So Funny Team, I mean, not really having any issue getting out of the choke point, but there's some people on the cart and some people being dove on right at the spawn choke point. Like, Where's My Team got a free double kill. Funny Team thought they could establish themselves on the cart. You still see the ham and you still see somebody on the cart for Funny Team, and no one really fell back to help the supports. So Where's My Team kind of farmed, but in the later stages of the fight, once Funny Team had respawn advantages, they're able to push back against Where's My Team. You got the nano tac visor that's doing a lot, so Funny Team will be getting towards the end of point C shortly.
I would have hoped for that combo in the final fight, if I'm honest, Lemon. Danya, I think, here needs the high ground more so than needs to be on cart, but still, overtime is going to be in session, and Danye's got his sprinting legs on now. Time for the cardio. Snip puts down that. Oh, he's dismounted into a minefield. That's terrible.
But if Where's My Team can win this fight, and it's looking like so, the trial spot with their name on it, but Funny Team snuck the payload through in overtime to keep themselves alive in the series.
Despite the graceless dismount of the D.Va into the mines, it's a really nice resurrection from Gustav with the aid of the Valkyrie as Danya with your play of the game on the Pharah. Excellent technical expertise here, realizing that Where's My Team, we're not going to be playing on the snipers. There's not much cover from the Pharah or for the Pharah, apart from the damage drop-off of those high spread characters will suffer. So, excellent choice there to pick up the Pharah. And finally, Funny Team are back in this game. But now, for the first time in this series, Where's My Team? We will be able to decide our destination when we head to Assault.
This was still the closest map. I mean, King's Row, you're starting to get a little bit worried that this was going to be a 3-0 when you had the 5-minute time bank versus not able to really finish the map at all, I think we saw. But then you saw in Junkertown how all of the steam, or all of the air came out of the sails for Where's My Team, where it was almost an overtime push for point A, and Funny Team had already gotten a better time bank. around that point. I really think it's because Danye is starting to make those plays for Funny Team. You know, we saw the Pharah when he had all the ceilings in the world to work with, and then the switch to the Echo in point C. I think Danye is the key to success for Funny Team.
There are a couple of our highlights. Snip. He was definitely being, thus far, the superior Wrecking Ball, or at least definitely the superior Wrecking Ball in terms of communication, for my money. It feels like Crandop could be superior mechanically. To be honest, I'm not willing to pass judgment, given that we haven't been watching the two players as closely, but when Snip is making these engagements, Kassar and Antigone are there, and the frank truth is that we can't say the same about Fincy, Danye, and Monk Mudder when it comes to how Crandop's engaging. Feels like often he's by himself. This was a beautiful setup right here. Kassar, of course, making sure not to apply the stick damage onto the Roadhog, just putting it down next to him so that he could not preemptively activate the Take a Breather, because while it won't heal you while you're antied, it will still apply that 50% damage reduction and maybe help you survive the burst if it's coming your way.
Yeah, the Roadhogs, I think, made a huge difference, but it also caused a difference in the choice of flex supports. I mean, Where's My Team have been so comfortable throughout the series. They can play the composition that they want and they're most comfortable with. But then you saw changes in support line. Mainly, you know, they had the Lucio Moira for some point, and they saw that, you know, maybe the Moira works against the Roadhog, and more in terms of being able to fade away from hooks. But Reckless then went to the Zenyatta, and then even then, you know, is that extra bit of damage, but what they needed was the utility. So I think the Ana ended up being the best choice. So having the nano boost for someone like Psycho on the Echo or whatever it may be, but they needed some counter to the Roadhog and some counter to the Hammond that was brought up by Funny Team, and I think the Ana was the best choice at the end.
Yeah, the Anas have been quite clutch here. We've seen a load of huge anti-grenades as well to really make sure that a team that is in the sticks is not going to be able to claw their way out of that, despite how good their supports may well be. I've enjoyed what we've also seen a little bit more peel for Samajed and Gustav from Funny Team over the course of this last map right here. It felt like on King's Row they were constantly in the spawn room, despite their best efforts, always getting demolished by the Where's My Team dives.
Well, I mean, that was so close. I mean, overtime at the end, it came with, like, to 2 versus 2. That could have been Where's My Team taking the 3-0 just as likely as Funny Team. But the defense respawn advantage prevailed at the end, so it will be Where's My Team's choice. Like you said, their first time this series, and it looks like we'll be going to Volskaya.
Interesting that we would go to Volskaya Industries. It is quite, it is one of the maps where Sombra really gained prominence during sort of her heyday when she was first released. People realized, you know, control of that mega health bank by Volskaya A and by Volskaya B it's more healing than a Mercy can do. If you use that health pack to its maximum, 250 HP every 4 seconds, it does 62.5 HPS, which is more than a Valkyrie Mercy pocketing you. So if you're using that to keep your overly aggressive Wrecking Ball alive, then you can definitely get a lot of value out of your dive composition on this point. But what I do worry about here is that dive compositions on Volskaya B can often be waylaid very easily by a skilled pocketed Ashe. We've seen this consistently, I think, most commonly from San Francisco Shock. They'll have Ans pocketed in the backline, and when teams try and assault Volskaya B, the sightlines are so long that they're never getting there without having lost someone or expended all their resources.
And for who would you expect on the Ashe? I would say probably Danya. He's brought it up in his previous series. He played Ashe on King's Row and Rialto, and then had Monk Mud go on the Tracer. So they had kind of this hybrid setup of Danya playing further back and Monk Mud at least going to finish off those kills and identifying that time to drop in. And that's when they send Crandop in with Monk Mud to capitalize on that damage that Danya and maybe Finzi at range did set in. So maybe the Ashe could come out, but we've just seen so much echo from Danye that has worked out, so we'll see what he decides for.
It's going to be Funny Team beginning on the attack here. So Where's My Team? How are they going to play this defensively? I would be very surprised if Snip gives up on the Wrecking Ball now. Even if they did just lose that last map, it feels like it has been consistently a irreconcilable thorn in the side of Funny Team, and that they've sort of triumphed even though they didn't deal with Snip that well in the case of our last map.
Yeah, it's been how to deal with the Roadhogs, how to deal with the Hammonds, and it's felt like Where's My Team haven't had to make any adjustments throughout the series except on Junkertown, where the choice of flex supports, how big of a deal is Finzi? And you even pointed out some missed hooks and some missed things here and there. Even was it the self-destruct that got thrown his way mid-whole hog? I can't remember who had that unfortunate event. But now they are forced to deal with Finzi because he is a thorn in their side. And it's maybe less about the damage, but just how do you remove him from a fight? I mean, he's such a sustainable hero, so I like that Reckless just brings out the Ana, and it makes sense on the defense anyway.
I like the attacking hawk here, the capacity for a pick, especially when you really need to maintain your numbers on the first point, can make the where's my team dives maybe be a little bit more sheepish, maybe play a little bit more scared and allow a little bit more free space for the attacking team. Monkmada for now is going to scout, but is caught by the spy check. Snip's already on top of them. And wow, even with that space given, it feels like Funny Team aren't really keeping up the pace as well as I'd like.
Yeah, Monkmada, I would want to see him go right after Reckless. I know he's going to get a bit of a pocket from Boostio, but as soon as you catch Boostio just pocketing someone else like Psycho, that's when maybe you engage into Reckless. And I think that's going to be a lot of Monkmada's job because hacking Snip is going to be difficult when you got a Tracer, you got an Echo above you. There's so much to look at for a Sombra, so Reckless seems like the safer choice. And you can see that back there, Crandup is already diving that Ana, removes Reckless, now a lot less healing. Boostio was trying to maybe set up for a res, and Antigone was too late with the Matrix, so at range, Danya gets the kill. There's no supports for Where's My Team. This is the time for Funny Team to win this point.
Psycho and Snip set up a good dive there, but the healing was way too much to be penetrated through without more burst damage. Danye trying to find Kasafa now, getting a little bit close for comfort. The Fincy, a stray pellet of junk, will get rid of that. Antigone there was like, I'll live. No, never mind. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go check out the icy tundra of Volskaya. Monkmada here. Having control of his health pack as the attacking team is actually huge. Snip was going to be relying on that health pack as part of their strategy to remain relevant in a lot of these fights without having to drain the healing resources of their team. I need Monkmada to keep control of that health pack.
They also need to keep control of their supports and make sure that Reckless is not the first to fall, and Boostio just needs to be also better at identifying when is a safe place to go for a res.
What is this?
As Attack Visor is coming out from Danya just right down mid, so it gets mostly Matrix. He has the mines in his way, and he runs into one, almost dies. So Where's My Team? Gonna start fighting right back. Psycho with the copy, with Attack Visor, giving it right back to him, and Finzi, I missed his hook, I guess. He doesn't have it on cooldown. He should have tried to stop that from happening as Psycho's pushing up for free. You have Finzi who's running away, falling off the map, and Snip is gonna join him.
Oh, we're all having fun down there now. That's a pause. Just got to recollect themselves after everyone on Funny Team is broken out laughing. Oh my goodness. I do have to take issue with the strategy of Funny Team though. But I don't think I'd personally put it in my playbook to lose your Mercy and then I never counted to having our Mercy picked. Let's use Nano Visor. Felt like that was peeing in the wind, as some people would call it. They didn't really have the ability to sustain very well there in that long fight. Where's My Team? We're going to have a respawn advantage for anyone picked off as well. And Where's My Team right here? Looking pretty ironclad on the defense, even without the long-range hit scammer, instead opting for this Echo. And Psycho has been continuously able to get the picks off the back of this Echo choice. And they're using the focusing beam incredibly well. It feels like Snip is just going in and his mission is get Samajed or Danye under 100 HP so that Psycho can basically play the sniper.
Yeah, and Where's My Team? I mean, they have Antigone who's peeling for the hooks of Finzi, who decides a Roadhog is just not working out, and playing solo Roadhog against an Ana, we saw how difficult it was. So I like this change, and Monkmada, I mean, was trying to maybe get in a position for EMP, gets caught out and didn't have a translocator in place, so that's just a misplay that Where's My Team are going to capitalize on.
Kasara in the back likely took out that translocator to make sure it was unavailable, meaning that Monkmada was kind of stuck in a poor situation. And to a degree, it feels good when you see a Sombra go, oh no, where's my translocator, after they get away from so many things for free. Feels like comeuppance in some cases. Where's My Team? A load of a bear on the defense right here. They've got the Valkyrie. They've got two different kinds of bombs. They could have a smorgasbord, a multiple flavor buffet of bombs ready for Funny Teamers to try and make their way through here. But they've got to be mindful of the EMP.
See, Monk Mutta is on that high ground, ready for that EMP. He got out of invisibility before the EMP and went down to half HP. It was such a big risk, but it hit 4. Where's my team? But not a single kill has fallen through. And now Gustav is eliminated. They're in a small room with a lot of chunky people from Where's My Team, and I don't think this nano on the snip is
necessary.
Gonna work. If necessary, I guess is the right word, but it gets the job done. Where's My Team defend again?
Still, Where's My Team expended quite a few resources to deal with that. Funny Team now on almost equal footing. Crandall's moved over onto a Winston, which is very interesting for me. Maybe thinking that the shield of the bubble will be a little bit more effective in waylaying Psycho and those beams, which have been a consistent thorn in the side of Funny Team's entries than what was available to the Wrecking Ball.
Now, Where's My Team at 2.5 minutes? Getting towards attack visor, they dive right on into Antigone, remove his mech. He gets down, he gets the healing. Danye in the very back is using attack visor with now Psycho copies the D.Va. He's looking at Matrix stab, but they first deal with Finzi, who is peeling, and he barely has a mech. And Crandup is so far forward, he doesn't have his off tank with him, and a self-destruct was able to clear the entire attack. Funny Team falling behind. Kassar is going after Gustav, who's frontlining for Funny Team, and well, almost a tick, but a pulse bomb right into Sir Majed will be ending that fight for Funny Team.
Kassar, consistent superstar in this case, winning so many duels. Psycho found himself in a tough situation, but using the duplicate to get themselves out of it, very intelligent, giving yourself the extra life, the extra health pool, especially if it's 600 as for D.Va, and you get to go into the D-Mech D.Va form as well to see if you can grasp even longer onto that additional life you have given to yourself. Finzi here's got a bomb. Let's see if he's been studying Antigon's plays, because it's going to be bomb versus bomb as we come up through here. Kassar scared away. That will mean that Sir Majed can get up onto that area for free, but then they have to worry about Psycho.
Yeah, and then he just saw Kassar walk by him, and it's like, okay, where did that Tracer go? Because there's so many choices that the D.Va has to make to peel for a Sovereign, to peel for a Tracer, and Monk Mutta is just getting found. He keeps putting this Translocator in the Mega Pack room, and your Anna's getting cornered by a Tracer and a Hammond. It's either Sir Majed out of position, not knowing when to disengage, and Funny Team not peeling, and it's hard because Finzi doesn't know whether to try and initiate the fight or going back to peel. He's just stuck in the middle.
I'm surprised that Funny Team haven't sort of acquiesced over to running it down mid with a Reinhardt, a Zarya, a Moira, a Lucio, and instead of trying to take these piecemeal dives again, because Where's My Team have a consistent advantage in these. They've got 4 ultimates for the upcoming fight. Just a single pick will put them in a huge advantage with a spawn and attrition advantage that is given to the defenders on an assault map. Funny Team have to move forward quickly now. They are going to be capping this in overtime. That much is unavoidable. Kassar looking maybe for a pulse bomb here, but they've already lost their entire tank line off screen.
Well, Finzi, good peel. Rely on Crandup. He has the primal, and he got a double kill. That's a lot more than sometimes you expect as a Winston, as now they go and try and eliminate Reckless. No healing left for Where's My Team. Funny Team had all the minutes to do it, and now with their second tick almost on the board, they have to stay on the point, but Where's My Team are fighting right back. Funny Team lost members through the early stages and didn't have enough firing power towards the end, so they only will get 53.9% out of it.
Maybe it is unavoidable in a pseudo-meta where both Wrecking Ball and D.Va are so common, but we have seen so many dismounts from a mech for the sort of like zoning self-destruct into mines. And every time it cracks me up. Finziver losing his life after activating the self-destruct, but Baby D.Va flies out thinking, haha, nerf this! And then gets killed by the mines. Nerf those instead. Where's My Team? Significantly attainable win condition right here. 1 point and 53.9%. Funny Team hanging on to this series, to this tournament, to a chance of going to Contenders Trials by a singular thread, Lemon.
Just Kassar is such a menace on this Tracer. Funny Team have to change the way they play as a team just to counter him. And I mean, Finzi was able to, he's just having a picnic in his backline to just make sure that Kassar doesn't go after Gustav, because Kassar hits those one clips, so there's not a lot of time as a support player to react to that. And Anna, I mean, it's so hard to hit a sleep onto a Tracer, and you usually don't want to save it for Kassar. So Funny Team are forced to have Finzi commit to that, and Crandup is pretty good at holding his own. You saw that on the Winston, but he can't consistently do that.
proper sad champ moments as well when you're trying to peel for your Ana as Vinci. They're down below half health. You're soaking them in the defense matrix, but the beam type weaponry of the Echo with a focusing beam does not care at all. At that point, you've just got to try and place yourself between the Echo and the Ana. My commander's going to lose their turret here. They've picked up a Torbjorn to try and be a real accosting force upon Kassar. Psycho now, damage boost, is going to be dueling against the other Echo.
Yeah, Snip is the one making this call. He knows they're on that coast side in the top right corner, and he's just trying to boot them on the point so that the rest of Where's My Team can capitalize on it. And Snip, and you see that Crandrop is trying to do the same thing, but he's, you know, trying to displace Antigone, who has boosters and everything available. But one take for Where's My Team? Funny Team are so busy trying not to fall off of their position that they're forgetting about the objective. Now a second take goes through for Where's My Team. They are still racking up kills. They've only lost Snip through this entire adventure, and as Funny Team get weaker and weaker, someone like Psycho and someone like Kassar is only going to grow stronger. You have Nano the Tracer, who is ready to kill Sir Majed. There is the team play coming through for Where's My Team, and they're on the point. They'll be capping point A within the first try.
Gracefully floating down to the ground after being hacked as Crandop like a leaf on the wind, except filled with hamsters. Not sure how that works. Where's My Team now? Oh my goodness. They need 53%. They have 5 minutes and 30 seconds. This is looking very dire for Funny Team right now. Snipper's already entered a skirmish on the left-hand side. Has access to that health pack. No Sombra this time, so the health pack is free game for anyone who can reach it in time.
This is defendable, though, if you're Funny Team. We can go to a Game 5 of Where's My Team trial spot on the line. They already lose Reckless, and Bustio can't res that, and maybe he was trying to, because he was the second one eliminated. Danye got him weak enough, finishes him off, and Kassar can't do anything without the healing, and not close enough to a health pack. So Where's My Team will reset, and Funny Team are just so happy they could slow down that momentum.
Yeah, they can take a breath. They've got 5 ultimates here. They can try and pass these out in a good economical fashion to lock down Where's My Team for multiple pushes. But what they do need to change is their objective discipline from point A, Lemon. They can't afford to give away a tick here, because if they do, then the attacking team is going to be 20% away from capping every single attack. And that can happen in the blink of an eye.
We also see Antigone can initiate maybe with the self-destruct, especially against a team with no shields. Can work out, but a lot of people on Funny Team, they have the mobility to get out, except Monk Mutta. So we'll see what Where's My Team really initiate with. It could be the copy, or we've seen a lot of Psycho using that reactively, but there's a self-destruct from the defense. Molten Core on the point. It's a double kill, but it's for the attack. 2 ultimates used, now 3 for Funny Team, and still no dent into this team. Antigone self-destruct. Psycho is at least trying to gather that first take, but has already left it. He's trying to protect his backline. It was Crandop that is there, and he's already looking for some healing. Where's My Team continue to rack up these kills? They got that first tick. They only need a little bit more to finish off the series, and Funny Team are racing out of the spawn room doors to reinforce. They're really close, but they just don't have the firing power to keep this up, and Where's My Team about to zone them off. They have 3.5 minutes. They have the kills. They've lost Kassar. They have to be careful, Leg Day.
Psycho right here using the focusing beam. Cancels it as though no targets available, but a little bit more lucky for Danye. Monk Mata give him the nano. Double damage and half damage taken at this point. Antigone's going to be taken out, and just by the skin of their teeth. Funny Team, the jokes are over, but the map is not. They will keep themselves in this, but pure objective discipline is now demanded, and I'm pretty sure Fincy has now died to so many minefields while going out of the mech for the self-destruct. It's beginning to feel very, very sad.
Well, Where's My Team? 5% away from that trial spot, and expended so many ultimates in that last fight to get it to work. Now, we've almost cycled towards another part of ults, and Crandop, he got lasered down from Psycho. He's bioed, but he doesn't care. But Danya has a pocket. He has more damage at his disposal. Where's My Team, though? They've lost their Ana. Bustio, it's up to him to keep this attack kicking. But with the respawn advantage of Funny Team, they just can't take that risk. They do not want this time bank to get that much smaller. So Where's My Team will gather everybody back up.
2-to-1 trades is happy fun time for an assault defense right here. Taking out both Psycho and Reckless was imperative, but now Where's My Team are going to have a lot of sticking power. They're looking towards that 6-pack of ultimates for this forthcoming battle, and Funny Team are going to have only 3. It's going to be Valkyrie versus Valkyrie right now, and that's a nano given over to Psycho, avoiding the damage of that focusing beam with the duplicate, but now they're moving on to point instead.
Danye copied and he got out of that. He didn't die. What a use of the ultimate, but the self-destruct on the point for Funny Team made a bit of space as Psycho on the duplicate himself can go and dive this Surmajet over in that top. He even matrixes the bio, which is so important. Self-destruct right in. Funny Team racing back in. It will be Crate up with the mines to try and make the space. Surmajet is trying everything he can to keep his front line healed up, but he's being pressured from Psycho. Where's My Team setting up camp, but they have to deal with these mines. The supports from Where's My Team having a really tough time getting involved, as it's up to Antigod to maintain this frontline Funny Team. Well, they have the respawn advantage. They're able to resustain. Psycho is still getting the kills. Who can really stop them? Where's My Team? The mines are removed. There's only 3 of Funny Team left to defend. Where's My Team? Running out of breath, running out of ultimates. A Nano could be coming up. Reckless is the only one healing. A minute 10 left. Funny Team only have 3 defending, and all they have to do is play slow for reinforcements. It's a 3-man bio for Reckless. This has to be the chance for Where's My Team to win right here.
Reckless went in incredibly deep there, could lose their life for it, but Kasara's given him a nano. Getting that damage reduction, and that's a huge pile driver, puts everyone up in the air. Snip loses his life for it, however. So many members of Funny Team are now clustered on this point, and again, it feels like when they are up against the wall is when Funny Team are at their best. Where's My Team suddenly? What was 5.5 minutes to capture 53%, Lemon? It's down to only 30 seconds, and a lack of ultimates as well. They're going to have a few very soon, but no support ultimates. Monkmana's got a prime delivery pulse bomb ready to go, and Danye's got the duplicate as well.
Just Funny Team, the specialist of stalling the point. They did not engage, they just stayed, but Reckless gets hit by the pulse bomb. You have 15 seconds left. Where's My Team? They have to go in. They don't have time to wait for this Ana. As Psycho copies the ham, and they know they need a frontline presence. As Funny Team with the coalescence from behind. They even copy a tank, but a self-destruct. It clears the space that Where's My Team need. As Reckless surely will be back soon. Where's My Team? They need the healing, but Psycho is bringing in all the damage. But the Gustav Sound Bear reinforces Funny Team one last time. They're dividing Where's My Team, and they're conquering. It's overtime. Where's My Team? They had so many minutes to make this point work. They have the options, they have the ultimates, but they're running out of hope. They're in so deep that they have no one left behind to cap this point. It's only a Tracer and a Lucio stalling for overtime, and it's not gonna be enough. Funny Team are down 0-2, and they force the game 5.
Unprecedented, unparalleled, and unbloody believable. So many incredibly close fights there. Funny Team have finally found the comedic style that suits them best. Even against the wall, they managed to push off and make it work, and they finally got it done on that final fight as well, because they got the early pick on Reckless, the silent carry from Where's My Team. There was no capacity for the resurrection because Boostio was on the Lucio instead. It was necessary to get back to a point in time, but it was not what they needed at that moment. Funny Team, I can't imagine how high their heart rates are at the moment, but their Fitbit is telling them to calm the hell down.
I think my Fitbit is telling me that as well, and I'm not even playing. I didn't wear my Huggies today for this one, guys. But oh my god, the clutch factor of Funny Team, and it really... Danye did so much there. Psycho on the Echo. I mean, this is a matchup that we've been waiting to see. And the winner of this, a trial spot, but also going up against Yup Easy in the grand finals, who haven't dropped a single map. And here's the replays of how insane Volskaya was.
Psycho. Definitely a highlight on that Echo. Something we didn't really have time to talk about in the cast, as it was absolutely firing on all cylinders. But Psycho actually used a duplicate on point to avoid self-destruct damage once, because they used the iframes or invincibility frames that were available during that ultimate to actually give himself the cover from a self-destruct that he was right next to. I loved this. It was our play of the game. It's a beautiful decision there by Reckless, knowing that Kassar could really put the boot into them if he had that additional capacity to go forward and duel with a Torbjorn, not worrying about the one shot that could come through from the shotgun. Where's My Team consistently make excellent decisions, but sometimes they begin to perhaps lord themselves in victory and lose focus a little bit. That may have happened twice over the course of this map. 2 incredibly close fights on that point B are the evidence I would present.
Yeah, can you just believe that? Where's my team? You see the 48.7%, 5% away from taking the 3-1. It was right in their grasp, and they had the initial kills. They had great initiation into the point, whether it was the mines from Snip, whether it was the self-destruct from Anti-God. Their space creation has just leveled up so much. Got on there, but what happened is all communication breaks down when you have this chaotic nature of you need to kill as quickly as possible. There's not really much time to take a break and heal back up when you have the defense that can respawn that much quicker. But to take a breather, we will be heading to a short break, but when we get back, we will have the conclusion of our losers final between Where's My Team and Funny Team. Welcome back, everybody, to the Monkey Bubble Banana Brawl. It's the losers final, Game 5 between Where's My Team and Funny Team. The potential reverse sweep is on the board like that.
I've got to admit, going into this match, I wasn't overly excited to cast two teams with team in their name. Starts to get a little bit tiresome to hear from a caster, but this series itself, in terms of gameplay, has been anything but. Funny Team looking for the reverse sweep here. They have been struggling. And Where's My Team have consistently kept them on the defensive, kept them in that panic station. But again and again over the last two maps, Funny Team have won in the clutch when it matters. And clutch is basically all the time as we go over to control. It's going to be our fifth and final map. No longer do Where's My Team have the mulligans to burn. There are no more second chances for either of these.
Chosen by Where's My Team. I mean, what a better map for Hammonds than Oasis, but also depends on which point of Oasis we want to be going to or where we end up. I mean, University is very close range. Think of it as maybe like a King's Row point. It's very close and maybe more of the style of a death ball composition like a Reinhardt, a Zarya, or whatever it may be. Not as keen to the dive, especially with the close, the very small hallways on the side where a lot of Reapers like to play and stuff like that. But throughout the series, it's been a difference. It's been the duel of the echoes between Psycho and Danye.
Yeah, Psycho and Danye really have been the standout DPS, and I think Psycho has, I'm not sure if this is tragic or enlightening, has seemed much more effective in this team than they ever did in Contenders. Like, Psycho has had their high moments in Contenders, a couple of highlight reels. I think we probably made one of our top 5 plays, but the Echo seems to be where Psycho is definitely at their best and at their most effective. And I can't wait to see more of it on the more sky-friendly maps where you usually see a Pharah. You'd see an Echo as well, things like Garden and things like City Center.
Well, these guys hopefully get to play their best, but we sound our best thanks to TeamSpeak. So shout out to our audio provider for this tournament and also Opera. You guys have seen the commercials for it. We're able to take a break, grab our popcorn, keep your butts in your seat. Where's My Team and Funny Team will be launching into Oasis once everybody is ready. But Also, if we start on something like City Center, I think we're going to see a lot more Soldier again, where Psycho brought that out, but he's been really wondering whether it's going to be the Sombra, whether it is the Soldier, and how he's going to be working to support someone like Kassar, who's been mostly running the Tracer, and I've already said on Volskaya how much of a presence and how much of a menace Kassar is, that it's forced Funny Team to completely shift the structure of their tank line, forcing Finzi to have to fall back and kind of babysit their supports, instead of initiating the fight with Krandop.
Yeah, like you said, there's that potential for Soldier on City Center, certainly, because Soldier so well utilizes that high ground that you can get through the jump pad, or as I like to call it, the bouncy castle. And that can give you a really good angle onto someone like a Tracer that wants to accost your backline, because it's going to take a while for the Tracer to be able to get an angle on you to really challenge you out. And if your team plays within your sightlines, you can be some great avenging Icarus from above, raining down death upon unsuspecting enemies. Looks like we do have one of those lobby bugs where it's waiting for players as we go on in here.
Oh, no.
And we are going to be starting off, though, on Gardens. Will be interesting. I do think we are going to see a couple of Wrecking Balls here. There is the option to, of course, go for the Winston instead, but we've seen Winston fall out of favor a little bit over the course of this tournament, in my opinion. People have been much more attracted to the dislodging of enemies and the setup for dives that the grappling hook and pile driver combos allow you with a Wrecking Ball.
And this point, the first fight is going to matter so much, because this is a point that really favors the defense, the team that already has the points. So that initial engage into that T-zone, that high ground, is what all Overwatch League teams focus on. To take the low ground, to try and force the high ground people down, you're just leaving the fight pace up into the hands of your opponents. So I'm really expecting some dive. The Hammond is the quickest choice. It has a little bit more mobility over the Winston. Then you have the Tracer Sombra versus the Echo. So Danye is going to be there to finish off the kills, while Psycho is there to set them up for his team.
You guys need to be watching the health bar right now of Sir Majed. Consistently has been the victim of the Psycho Kassar and Snip dives. That cannot remain to be the case if Funny Team want to make their way over to those winners finals. Danye is going to be the victim of a hack right now, but no one's really there to take advantage of it. But Where's My Team definitely have a positioning advantage when it comes to capping this point first. Will Funny Team be able to move on to a point and stop that? With Krandop down, it's unlikely.
Finzi dove in with 1 HP trying to save Krandop, knew he just had to sacrifice almost his life to get that Matrix, but went in, fed a little bit even more. Krandop still couldn't be saved, and Funny Team had to disengage, and Psycho even left, was able to get, was invisible behind and executed Sir Majed, so forces out the res. Funny Team already at a disadvantage, and Where's My Team can now defend this point, and with the Coalescence coming up, this is going to be really good for Where's My Team.
Well, that is going to be Krandop potentially hacked. Psycho actually interrupted halfway through there. Snips found himself in the backhand teed and burned down with... Oh, they've actually burned the nano boost. Danye got rid of it by using that copy instead. They decided to commandeer the Diva. We'll take out their micro number. And now they're going to send in the bomb instead.
What a choice also of the copy. Something, a mobility character that can go to the high ground and have an ultimate that clears the entire point. Danye is just that smart of a player. He gets the executions, and now they just have to clean up. There's only a Tracer and a Hammond left for Where's My Team. They did manage to stall to 40+%, but I'm really impressed that Funny Team, at a point that is so hard to attack into, were able to take it back just that quickly, and the pulse bomb into the jumping Boostio will remove him. Funny Team still have to clean up. It was at 41%, and now you've lost 10 seconds of time. Funny Team still trying to flip.
Yeah, but Snip's almost back. Snip is once again just going around the center. Krandop's going to copy for now. Down go the mines, and he's going to get hacked up. Can he take out Reckless? Snip's going to die in the air, blasted away by that self-destruct. Psycho also used to try and keep this alive for EMP. I consider that a little bit of a mistake, but they are still keeping it alive in terms of contests, so it is what it is.
I mean, he comes in again. Fight should have been done that 30 years ago, and by 30 years, I mean 30 seconds ago. They won the fight at 41%. It's 78 now. Where's My Team? Rotated Kassar and Snip back and forth, blinking, and the mobility was so hard for Funny Team to lock down when they don't really have much CC except a Sir Majed sleep, which maybe he missed or something. But Where's My Team can engage with the sound barrier if they do need to, as Sir Majed gives the nano probably over to Danye, and the sound barrier is just just overwhelming him, and he's not able to stay up. The self-destruct kind of missed there from Finzi, who was trying to save them. Whereas my team went into the hallway, and they're working so well together in this fight that you just didn't see that from Funny Team.
Oh my goodness, that dive was absolutely hyper clean. Danya didn't even have a chance to use the duplicate to refill a health bar and give himself that second and third life afterwards. Here's a quick look at how that happened. Kassar just piling through those supports. Psycho's looking to try and build it towards a CMP. Still 30% shy of it right now, but farming off the Diva will give you all that you need and more. Looking for that hack, but he's going to be abandoning that as Gustav pops out the Valkyrie.
It's overtime also for Where's My Team in Game 5. There's going to be a huge advantage. They lose Reckless and Busio. 1 HP. Funny Team have killed the resources for Where's My Team. This is the time to engage. The EMP hits the tanks. This is just a slow down snip. Make sure Antigone can't use a self-destruct if he did have one. And Funny Team cleaning things up, but they have quite a gap in the score that they have to close.
I remember how long it took them to lose it last time. One good dive from Where's My Team didn't even require that many ultimates except from the sound barrier, and this time they're going to have a EMP to try and make this relevant. You can see that Psycho right now, he's found Samajed, seeing where they are hiding out, and Samajed doesn't really have the capacity to defend themselves from an EMP in any sort of tenable way. Monk Commander definitely doesn't want to get hacked by that EMP. Trace with other abilities can be very vulnerable. Such a Psycho. I think that Cryondop may have been waiting by the translocator, waiting for him to be forced out. Psycho definitely going to take some time now to respawn. And we are heading into final fight territory because there's going to be a significant setup here for Where's My Team.
Yeah, the Where's My Team have a couple of chances and they blew it with that one, but it's okay to take your time to set up the perfect EMP. And what he does is he wants to take Donnie and Gustav down to the ground, and he hits almost everybody, and Surmajet is the first to be eliminated. There's no healing left for Funny Team. You said Where's My Team? Their dive is disgusting. They know exactly who to execute, and Kassar is still a menace on the Tracer. The self-destruct from Binzi comes in too late, but it still catches Snip off guard as Antigone barely holding on to the mech. Where's My Team? They won the initial part of the fight, but they still have to flip it over. It's 99 to 99, and now it's anyone's fight. Now that Funny Team are back at full force, as Surmajet giving the nano probably over to Danye, as Antigone will drop down with a self-destruct at any moment, and he needs the help. Snip was slept, and now he's trying to help push people into the self-destruct, and you get rid of Danye, you get rid of Surmajet, the biggest sources of damage and healing for Funny Team. Where's My Team? This is winnable, but you have to focus this down before Funny Team reinforce again.
Psycho's got the laser accuracy and the Fists of Fury, but Busto is also going to be copying on that. Samajed moves over onto the Moira, but no one can touch, and somehow Funny Team managed to lose out on that. They are consistently failing Lemon in picking off stragglers on this point. They're finding it very difficult to deal with a Bull, deal with a Tracer, deal with a Lucio. Even with the swap over from Gustav, from the Mercy to the Lucio, to make sure that Sir Majed could get back to a point quickly and apply that nano boost to Monk Mada. They didn't have enough cleanup. Is it the target calling that's going wrong? Are they unaware of where the enemies are? It's very, very messy from Funny Team. And despite it being close in the scoreline, Where's My Team there looks superior in every way when it comes to diving and target selection.
And now that we're on University, this is the perfect map for Funny Team to try and answer back. I mean, the last round on Gardens is a dive heaven, and you saw how clean Where's My Team was with it. They're still going to bring out the dive, but at least Funny Team with a Reaper, with closer range, you can see Monk Mudda could be an issue. So Where's My Team will see how that focus is going to shift to go and hack that Reaper, make sure he doesn't have the cooldown, the Wraith to escape, and he has to be a big priority. Or do you go after Danye, who's always been a superstar in the Echo, kind of plays like a far up into the air. He's hard to track down, he's hard to lock down, but who's harassing them in the back is Kassar, and he's been crazy for Where's My Team. He already gets Cryondop low. He goes after Gustav, who's half HP, but Danye is there to babysit. So Kassar is still in the back, and here is Snip, who will be joining him. Where's My Team are setting up a pinch, and as the point unlocks, it could be Where's My Team in a better position.
Antigone's lost their mech. That's going to make things a little bit more dangerous for Snip. They are going to fall low, but Reckless gets two with the nails. Okay, just scratch them on down, why don't you?
Gustav flew into a pulse bomb, by the way. The guy, Kassar dropped it on the ground beside Sir Majed, and Gustav's like, I got you, buddy. I will lay on it
Captain America-ing it.
Yeah, I mean, Funny Team, we're just stuffed in that corridor by the pinch, and Where's My Team? We kind of knew they were going to win that fight.
Now they're going to have a defensive advantage. They can collapse onto Funny Team as they make their way into here, and they're going to be accruing that percentage just as a little bonus. Danye needs to build up this duplicate in good time. Psycho's almost got the EMP ready to go as well. Primary targets of that definitely will be Fincy and Danye, who's now been given the nano boost.
Oh, they know Antigon is low, and they dove right after him, and he's trying to hold on. Psycho uses the EMP. It only hits Monk Mudda, but he was low enough to capitalize on that kill, as Donnie was forced to copy to have a second chance at life, and it took all the attention away from Finzy, who was able to keep the mech, and now they can reinitiate. They can fight their way back. With the Valkyrie, they have all the resources to do it, but Funny Team, where are these kills? They finally take care of Kassar. Antigon doesn't have a mech. Where's my team? Don't really have a front line. They don't have a DPS presence with Psycho translocating out. So Funny Team will have the point.
Well, at least this time we managed to cleanly take the point. That was definitely a point of pain on Gardens. So here on University, not too much cover available in that central area. Where's my team? Maybe wishing they had their EMP back even after they picked Monk Murder with it. Psycho in the back may get checked by Monk Murder, but for now remains undetected. As Crandup is finally on that Winston, is able to try and lock down these chunks rather easily. Will they be able to get away from a bomb? Why would you use the sound barrier there?
He tried to protect that. I don't know, but what I did like is Crandup acting as literal bait, calls out the cooldowns, and knew when, well, they didn't have anything to get out. Finzy just lines up the self-destruct right in front of Crandup, where there was no escape except going around the corner, which still getting kills with it. Funny Team approaching 60+% and playing all the way at the back of the point, and Antigon is going to bring a self-destruct right to them. They escape into the hallway, but Gustav is in the line of fire. Snip is looking to chase that one down. The coalescence from a Reckless to reinforce this front line, as now they're diving on in and going right after Crandup. Gustav is down. Sermajet has to give the nano, but he's 1 HP. There's just not a lot of healing available for Funny Team, and now none at all, as they hope to get the kills as fast as possible. The self-destruct, the primal rage makes the space. They gotta win the fight quick until Gustav and Sermajet get back.
Reckless just fades into the way of the pulse pistols from McMurder. Get down, Mr. President. I'll take it for you. Fincy puts himself back on point right now. We're entering the final stage of the fight, but Psycho and Snip are trying to fight this back. Fincy emerges from underneath and still there in control of the point. Where's my team needs to constantly be on here during overtime to keep this round alive.
Yeah, this is so messy. I mean, it's hard to follow as a viewer, as a caster. I mean, everyone is having their individual battles as Funny Team finally converge off of the point. They know at 99% there's no point of forcing a fight that you don't have the numbers in. So they take a step back, kind of gather their numbers, see where everybody is. Psycho now sets up an EMP and it hits for the supports. Gustav managed to get the Valkyrie up in time so he can go and, you know, get AoE healing, and Funny Team looks like they're fine. They had the mines in the front doorway, so they were stuck positionally for a while as Monkamata went to Coast side, chased down Psycho after he translocated out from EMP, but it costed him his life. 5 versus 5, self-destruct right in the middle. Antigon finishes off Crandup, and this is a chance for Where's My Team to win it here. 63%. They have to win a couple more fights before they can take the 2-0 and the Game 5.
The advantage that existed is now gone. It is going to be last fight here for Funny Team. They're building up quite a few ultimates to try and make it a reality, and Psycho's on to this soldier now. It's going to be a lot of long-range heavy damage, a lot of sustain, but not too much burst. So easy to heal through for Samajed as they give over the nano onto Crandup for a hugely deeply penetrating dive.
You wish that self-destruct was a little bit deeper. I mean, the nano from Crandup was trying to force cooldowns, so they didn't have anything to escape the self-destruct, but not deep enough. That's Funny Team. Well, Primal Rage to make the space. Danye on the copy, trying to add the damage. Knows that removing Antigon's mech is going to remove a lot of the damage mitigation, and maybe allow Monk Mudda to go even deeper. And speaking of which, he wins the duel against Kassar. Where's My Team are falling back. They sacrifice the mech of Antigon, but that's just kind of it for their frontline. Snip can't really do much. He slept right now, so Where's My Team are just completely exposed. But where are the kills from Funny Team to take advantage of this moment? You have the Tracer falling down in the hole. Finzy's lost mech. Where's My Team should have lost this fight, and Funny Team just had no focus.
No focus at all. We've got to somehow get back onto the point. It is going to flip over in the other direction, and I've got to point out a cardinal sin given there by Funny Team. Like you said, you wish that self-destruct was a little bit deeper. I wish that self-destruct was where the Nano Monkey wasn't. They were already running away from Banana Winston. You know what? We're going to make them run away from two things at once to make sure that their cardio is as efficient as possible. Here's Crandup, despite being on the losing team, picking up our play of the game. Lots of kills to be gained with the mines. It's probably one of the series of the most effective minefields we've seen. Where's my team? Finally, they will thwart the attempt of a reverse sweep.
Yeah, denying that reverse sweep is big. And yeah, Crandop really stepped up his Hammond play. We saw in King's Row how it was a bit of a struggle. We saw a Hammond dip of Snip just having so much more freedom and just being able to have more of a presence and an impact into those supports, just consistently being having an issue against Sir Majed, who was just either missing sleeves or not able to peel for himself, and Gustav was by his side, so it's an automatic double kill into the supports, and Crandop just didn't have that same impact on King's Row. But on maps like Oasis, much smaller, lots of areas to grapple onto, Crandop became more and more warmed up, and the mines just gave so many issues to people like Psycho and Kassar, who are very squishy, and then didn't have the space to maneuver.
Speaking of Kassar, definitely my personal MVP for this match. Definitely outclassing Monk Mado when it came to the Tracer, as we predicted at the beginning of this match. Psycho and Danya, I feel, kind of traded blows on the Echoes, and despite both of them being incredibly impressive, I think Kassar was definitely the secret sauce that was needed for Where's My Team to continually keep Funny Team on edge.
And I gotta give, you know, if I had to buy a beer for somebody who's had a rough day, it's Finzi. I don't know if he's of legal age, but man, has that guy just been the backbone of this team, you know, falling back to peel for the supports when Kassar was an issue, and then trying to initiate fights with the self-destruct when Crandop would jump in. I mean, Finzi just tried to make it work, and it just could not happen. Where's my team? Congratulations on the Game 5 win. They'll be moving on to face Yup Easy in the grand final and guaranteeing themselves money. And then third place to Funny Team, which is $500. So that's a thumbs up. But it's not the end yet. We have an interview coming up with Where's My Team, but we're going to send it to a quick break so we can set up. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the Monkey Bubble Banana Brawl. We have a special interview from DPS player Psycho from Where's My Team. So you've been competing for a long time today. How are you keeping up those energy levels?
With a lot of coffee.
Utilizing the energy power of bananas as well, I'm sure. But Psycho, I want to get straight into the nitty-gritty of the gameplay. We've seen a lot of high-tier Echo from you throughout the course of this series. What is your main aim with the Echo when you're playing with the Tracer and the Wrecking Ball? How do you really slot into that composition for maximum effectiveness?
Well, before the fight starts, I usually just try to farm tanks so I can farm my dupe. And then mid-fight, when the Echo's not looking at me, I usually try to force the duel and then just win the duel. Yeah. That's about it.
So not only the Echo, but we saw you on a little bit of Soldier, throughout this tournament. So with Soldier just getting such a big rework with his recoil and stuff like that, as a professional Soldier player yourself, what's your take on how the importance of Soldier in this meta?
I mean, I only pulled out Soldier for stall in the end because I just wanted to run back fast. I think Echo is better than Soldier in this meta.
What is it that makes Echo so powerful?
I mean, you can farm dupe insanely fast, and dupe or copy is a really, really, really strong ult. So I think that's why.
Okay, so
and it's right click. The bombs, the sticky bombs are really, really broken.
Yeah, you've gotten pretty good with those. We've seen quite a few nasty picks, including well-timed damage boost to make sure that those are getting the full frags. But you guys have already, by getting to our grand final, secured a spot in Contenders Trials. And Lemon and I have cast your name in Contenders before, where you've played some hit scan. But do you think that with Where's My Team, you'll be able to carry it all the way to Contenders and maybe claim even more prize money?
I mean, honestly, I just wanted to play in this tournament because I'm quarantined for 10 days, and I just wanted to have some fun with friends. I'm not really looking to play in trials, so I think either we get a replacement for me, or I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not looking to play trials.
Well, you'll be looking to play against a pretty tough opponent coming up in the grand finals. It's Yup Easy, who haven't dropped a map. So do you think this time around the scoreline could be different?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last time we just didn't know what to play, and it was like our first time playing together. And yeah, we've played a lot now, many hours, and we'll do better. Probably win.
Do you guys have any sort of non-team input during your half times? Like, is there any like a rogue coach who's giving you guys input?
No, not at all. Like, we just put this team together like a few days before, and we're just playing for fun. Like, yeah. No coaches, nothing. Only 6 players.
Definitely a testament to the skill on display here that you guys are getting so far, with so little support on such a sort of random presentation of ingredients for this particular tournament.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win. You still have one potential win left on the board, so we'll let you go so you can get ready for the grand finals. And thank you so much for the interview, Psycho.
Thank you.
All right. So that was Psycho from Where's My Team. They advance from the losers finals against Funny Team. Game 5 win, denying the reverse sweep, but will they be able to put a dent into Yup Easy, the streamer team extraordinaire? We'll find out after this break.